Canto 6. Upon my mind's return from swooning shut, at hearing the piteous tale of those two kin, which confounded me with sadness at their plight, I see new torments, and tormented ones again wherever I step or look. I am in the third circle, a realm of cold and heavy rain, a dark, accursed torrent eternally poured, with changeless measure and nature. Enormous hail and tainted water mixed with snow are showered steadily through the shadowy air of hell. The soil they drench gives off a putrid odor. Three-headed Cerberus, monstrous and cruel, barks dog-like at the souls immersed here, louder for his triple throat. His eyes are red, his beard grease-black, he has the belly of a meat-feeder, and talons on his hands. He claws the horde of spirits, he flays and quarters them in the rain. The wretches, howling like dogs where they are mired, are pelted, squirm about again and again, turning to make each side a shield for the other. Seeing us, Cerberus made his three mouths yawn, to show the fangs, his reptile body a quiver in all its members. My leader, reaching out to fill both fists with as much as he could gather, threw gobbets of earth down each voracious throat. Just as a barking dog grows suddenly still the moment he begins to gnaw his meat, struggling and straining to devour it all, so the foul faces of Cerberus became, who thundered so loudly at the souls in hell they wished that they were deaf. We too had come over the shades subdued by the heavy rain, treading upon their emptiness, which seemed like real bodies. All lay on the ground but one, who sat up, seeing us pass. "You who are led through this hell, recognize me if you can. You who were made before I was unmade." And I to him, "The anguish you endure perhaps effaces whatever memory I had, making it seem I have not seen you before. But tell me, who you are assigned so sad a station as punishment. If any is more agony, none is so repellent." He said, "Your city, so full of envy that the sack spills over, held me once when I enjoyed the bright life up above. The name I took among you citizens was Giacio. The sin of gluttony brought me here. You see me soak to ruin in battering rain, but not alone, for all of these sounds around me share the same penalty for the same transgression as mine." Then he fell silent, but I answered him, "Giacio, I feel your misery. Its weight bids me to weep, but what of things to come? Tell, if you can, the divided city's fate, and of the citizens. Is any one just? And tell me why such schism threatens it." He answered, "After long argument they must descend to bloodshed, and the rustic block with much offense will expel the other first. Then through the power of one who, while we speak, is temporizing, that party too will fall within 3 years, the ousted coming back. With head held high, and long will they prevail, despite the others' cries of shame and despair under their burdens. Only 2 men of all are truly just, whose words the rest ignore, for the triple sparks of envy, greed, and pride ignite their hearts. I'd have you tell me more." I pleaded once his grievous words were said. "Farinata, Mosca, Tagaio, men of good reason, Jacopo Rustici, Arrigo the good, the good was their heart's purpose in life, so tell what portion their souls inherit now. I long to know if they feel heaven's sweetness or infernal poison." He said, "Their souls are among the blackest in hell, with different faults that weigh them to the pit. If you descend that far, you may see them all. But pray you, when you return to earth's sweet light, recall my memory there to the human world. Now I respond and speak no more. With that, his eyes went crooked and squinted, his head rolled, and he regarded me for a moment, then bent his head and fell back down with the others, blind and quelled. "He will not wake again," my master said, "until the angel's conclusive trumpet sounds, and the hostile power comes, and the waiting dead wake to go searching for their unhappy tombs, and resume again the form and flesh they had, and hear that which eternally resounds." So with slow steps we traversed that place of mud, through rain and shades commingled, once or twice speaking of the future life, and so I said, "Master, these torments, tell me, will they increase after the judgment, or lessen, or merely endure, burning as much as now?" He said, "In this, go back to your science, which teaches that the more a creature is perfect, the more it perceives the good, and likewise pain. The accursed people here can never come to true perfection. Instead, they can expect to come closer than now, traveling the course of the encircling road." And speaking more than I repeat, we two continued our way until the circuit came to where the path descends, and there we saw Plutus, the great enemy, and confronted him.